cuties, and welcome back to the channel. I am so excited for today because we're gonna have a triple reaction in one video, and that's all thanks to Disney Filipino, because we are gonna be looking at their Night of Wonder, and I am so excited. There are a couple of like really big names in this performance. There's gonna be Stell from SB19 that we've reacted to before. There's gonna be Zephanie, and I was getting ready to react to Zephanie for such a long time and I didn't get to do that, so I'm excited to see her. And then also a Janella Salvador, another name that I haven't reacted to yet, but I'm super excited about. They are gonna be singing some of the most notorious Disney songs, so I'm super excited. So let's get into it. If you are interested in everything singing and music related, then please don't forget to subscribe. And now, without any further ado, a Disney Night of Wonder. Let's go. All right, so we are in a Philippine arena. Oh, this is gorgeous. When you wish upon a star from Pinocchio, a difficult one. Such a gorgeous airy singing, right? And it's such a great entrance to the song because it gives the voice this fuzziness and warmth and lightness. And she didn't push into her voice whatsoever. I'm really sure, I do believe that we're gonna get some bells later on, because I know that Zephanie is one of the best singers of Philippines. She's from the new age of the singers, and she does, you know, she does a lot of belting. She knows how to belt properly. So I'm excited to see it later. But for now, that intro was gorgeous, very lightweight and very airy.
If your heart is in your dream, no request is too extreme.
I also love her vibrato. It's just so elegant and light. Dream. Very, very light, and it's very angelic.
When you wish upon a star as dreamers do.
Good. See, that was in a very clean space. And ooh is not the luckiest thing to belt, to be fair. Or it could have been much more open and resonant. So she did very well. Also, look at her. She looks like a little doll. She's so gorgeous.
Fate is kind. She brings to those who love the sweet fulfillment of the secret love.
See, when it's a love, suddenly it's just so open and resonant. So a lot of the bells rides on the vowel and on the choice of the vowel. And if it's really open, beautiful vowel, it can resonate and create this huge wall of the sounds. I do love her tone quality, by the way. She has a little bit of a huskiness, so even if she's singing with a very clean tone, it's not like piercing, it's not really like bright, and I really love that type of voices, so it's gorgeous. So very beautiful head voice there. She tried to go for as substantial, clean, and I would say sharp tone as possible. So it was not airy or thinned out. But then now the rundown is gonna be much more airy, since she's gonna just release the tension there. Yeah, into this airy, beautiful space. Gorgeous. Okay, Zephanie did not let us down whatsoever. She has a really good understanding of her voice, and she knows how her voice is gonna just sound in a different spaces, which is one thing that a lot of inexperienced singers do not know. They are rushing into very heavy belty spaces or into really bright spaces without really realizing how it's gonna have an impact on the final sound of the performance. And she, on the other hand, played a lot with dynamics. She pushed into something and then immediately pulled away just to create this really soft, velvety sound. It was very elegant and it was very well handled. And you can see the impact of the song after it's finished. It feels just like a whole performance. It's not fractured. It sounds very good. Okay, now we have a Moana and How Far I'll Go.
Of the water long as I can remember, never really knowing why. Oh, I wish I could be the perfect daughter, but I come back to the water no matter how hard I try.
Beautiful tone quality, slightly atypical. I really like it. It's also interesting, she has no reverb on her mic. For these performances, I would really expect like a huge reverb, and her microphone is actually pretty damp. I really like that approach. It makes me focus on her voice much more.
Every turn I take, every trail I track, every path I make, every road leads back to the place I know where I cannot go, where I long to be.
She's acting with her voice a lot. I like it. She has much more musical approach. Well, Zephanie had very balladic, beauty type of diva singing approach to her song, but this is definitely much more musical singing. You can hear also speechy intonation in it. Right? It holds a little bit more acting aspect in. I like it. She has gorgeous vibrato. It's not too fast. It's just fitting for this tempo and for her voice.
Sail on the sea stays behind me. One day I'll know. If I go, there's just no telling how far I'll go.
That was a beautiful tone. I like that she held it straight for quite some time before she released it into that vibrato. It was so satisfying. Because if you go into vibrato too soon, like prematurely, it can ruin the tone. And she held it just enough for us to really enjoy its brightness. And then she like weighed it down with that vibrato. Her belts sound amazing. Lion King, and I know who's that gonna be. I'm excited. Let's go, Stell.
From the day we arrive on the planet, and blinking step into the sun.
Good phrasing. So instead of sun, right, into the sun. That's some sassy phrasing right there. I like it.
Than can never be seen, more to do than can never be done. There is far too much to take in here, more to find than can never be found. But the sun rolling high.
Beautiful lift. Such a tricky thing to do. You have two lifts in a row. If you do not have substantial breath support and core support, it can crumble really fast. A lot of things that he does can be really tricking. A lot of people, if they would like to play it safe, probably wouldn't do. And in a performance. So I'm super happy that Stell is like, let me just complicate this for myself because I can do that, right?
On the endless round, it's the sun.
thing though that I really have to pinpoint is his phrasing. He is not English native, he's a Filipino, and the phrasing is perfect. It is more of the musical type of phrasing. Again, I mean, most of the Disney songs are derived from that sphere. So using that type of phrasing is perfect. Oh my god, look at my boy belting his head off. Okay, I'm gonna repeat myself. I'm just so proud of Stell. Those belts are so open, really, really, really nicely supported. You could hear his twang changed a little bit in that higher mix when he approached it. It was a little wider, which is perfectly normal for his mix. And it got this slight rock quality. He doesn't use a lot of vibrato. There is a tiny little bit of a hint of vibrato here and there. Just a tiny though. He really leans into opening of that tone and really make it bright and beautiful and just like filling the entire space, right? It's resonating. Usually he cuts it off with a little bit of a cry at the end of the phrase rather than like a heavy vibrato, which I think is fitting for his voice much better. Zephanie killed that tone. That tone is, oh, that's why some Disney songs, most of the Disney songs are so hard. They go for this effect tones, like those impact kind of passages of singing that not a lot of singers can actually pull, right? And she killed that tone. It was so bright, and even though it was in her mix, it felt really, you know, chunky. It felt really substantial. To the unknown, into the unknown, into the unknown. Are you out there? Do you know me? The harmony was insanely beautiful, and their voices match so perfectly. Can you show me anything your heart desires? Never be you wish for the stars, see the line where the sky meets the sea. Where are you going? Don't leave me alone. How do I follow you? Let me give you the last tone one more time. Where are you going? Don't leave me alone. How do I follow you? The build up. Stop time. Yes. And the triple lift. Look at them. They look like two princesses and Estelle. Estelle looked like a crown prince, I swear to God. He looked so charming, right? Okay, so listen, when I hear that people are covering Disney, I am always very skeptical. I am very, very skeptical because, as I mentioned, Disney songs are very, very hard. They are built to be hard. I am personally not really sure why they are building them so difficult, but they are hard for singing. So 9 out of the 10 times when somebody is covering Disney, I'm like, oh God, oh no. But hear me out, I knew. And that's why I was so excited. I knew that Janella, Stell, and Zephanie are gonna pull it. I've never heard Janella before, but if she was singing with, you know, Zephanie and Stell, and, you know, I've heard that it was very, very leveled performance, I was like, oh, I'm excited about her, because if she's on their level, let's go. I don't know who was their music director, but they assigned them the best songs that they could. It really brought up their personalities and their singing styles. Zephanie shined in that soft, balladic kind of, you know, beautiful light song. And then we have Janella that has so much life and fire in her, you know, she really delivered on that, Moana. And I think that Lion King for Stell, I mean, it's not fitting just from musical point of view, but also from his kind of little story that he went through. And if you have more suggestions from Filipino singers, then let me know down in the comments. Now, if you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to subscribe right here. Here is the video that YouTube actually recommends for you. And here is rest of my Filipino reactions. Please stay safe and healthy. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.